So ever since the smoke put my videos on hold, everything has kind of been disoriented and messed up. So I'm trying right now to get all of the videos up to date. There's a video that I started about a month ago, and it kind of has to do with this video because I originally took the grill off the Mustang, and I haven't shown you guys yet because I want that to be part of the halo light install video, I guess. But this video is gonna be kind of a short update because we're gonna paint the grill. So when you guys see the next video, there'll be a little bit of gap in time, and then the grill will just be magically painted, and that'll be because of this video. And I guess like if you came from that video from the future, you'll see that like this is the explanation as to how that happened, because there's gonna be a gap in that video. So it's kind of like vlogception, I guess. There's a lot of weird stuff going on simultaneously. So this video is gonna be kind of a small update, but I just wanna make sure to make this video before that video comes out. Anyway, we're getting a little bit of a late start today. It's almost 7 p.m. I spent a big portion of my day-to-day finishing up my homework so that I could try to do this today. And luckily this is kind of a garage heavy video, so there's kind of no need for me to like go out in the sunlight or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the Mustang out, and we're gonna start painting. I still need to fix that rattling sound with the exhaust. Originally I thought it was coming from the passenger side, but recently I think that it's been coming from the driver's side, and I'm pretty sure it's just that exhaust clamp, so that'll be in another video in the future, but not right now. We have other things that are more important than that. I've been talking about this a bunch in the last couple of videos, so for those of you that have been watching, please just bear with me here for a second. But we're going to be replacing these lights, but before I do that, I want to just paint this grill real quick because as you can see, it's kind of starting to fade. It's not a very nice black color anymore. So that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and remove the lights from this, and then I'm going to clean it off too because as you can see, it's disgusting. So I'm going to clean it, take the lights out, paint it. Let's do it. Okay, so I just finished up prepping the grill for paint, but as I'm sure you guys know, it's not smart to paint in an enclosed area. So I've come up with a solution to my problem, and well, this is a house fan that is pointing out this window, and I've taped it up so that way the air force doesn't push it down. I have tested this works, but that'll allow me to get some airflow out of here. It won't be the best because I need to keep the garage door closed, but that's gonna be better than just having the fumes just sitting in here and not being able to flow outward. So yeah, I've also just been letting this sit and dry for a little bit, and I've been looking down in these cracks, so it looks like it's about ready. There's only a couple little spots that are still damp, so I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 more minutes. Luckily that glass cleaner is alcohol based, so the wet spots should evaporate pretty quickly, but sometimes they tend to just kind of bunch up and sit there. This is already looking a lot nicer, even with it just being clean. If you look closely, you can see that it's still just, I don't know, it just looks gray. It just doesn't look very good. And I want this thing to be black as night, you know, it needs to be super dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this tonight, and then I'm gonna let it sit overnight. So today's video will pick up the next day. I mean, it'll just be one continuous video for you guys. But for me, I'm gonna stop recording at the end of tonight, and then I'll pick it up tomorrow. I have another mod for the Mustang that I actually found on Amazon, and it won't be in the title or the description, so it's gonna be kind of like a special for those of you that stay this far into the video. But it's one of the mods that I actually wanted a long time ago, and I could not for the life of me find this mod online. I just assumed that it didn't exist, and then it kind of just randomly popped up on Amazon, so I went ahead and bought it, and it was cheaper than the one that I did buy. Some of you might be able to guess what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and show that in this video because the painting is not gonna take very long, and I want this video to have some length, you know. I mean, this is gonna be kind of a short update, but I figured I would go ahead and showcase it in a video instead of giving it its own video because it's like a really small mod.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so I didn't show myself painting every single coat because I feel like that would have just been repetitive and boring, but I've been letting the grill sit overnight, so I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. So as you guys can see, this came out really, really nice. I'm really happy with the paint job on this. One thing that I've learned with doing rattle cans is that if you just take your time and make sure you don't spray too much in one area, it usually comes out really good. Rattle canning to try to paint match is kind of a different story because it can be really hard to make sure you paint match the right color, but with doing something that's just a universal black, it can come out pretty nice, especially for just trim pieces like this. I also recommend putting clear coat over the top of it because that's gonna give you an extra layer of protection over whatever you're painting, and it's just gonna prevent little rock chips and stuff from actually damaging the paint. Like if there were to be a nick right here, if there wasn't clear coat, you might see the gray underneath, but since there's a clear coat over it, it'll kind of just chip the clear coat. But I'm actually gonna put the grill on hold right now. I know some of you guys are really anxious to see the next step of this, but I promise it's gonna make sense in the next video. I kind of just have to like cut things into two because of the way that things worked out. But for the rest of this video, I actually have another small mod to do for the Mustang that I kind of teased about earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that to you guys. Left the car outside for one night just so that I could finish painting the grill, and it's already disgusting. Look at this. Oh my god, dude. Ugh, that's terrible. Jason just got here too. He's back. Gonna disrupt my plans as usual. All right, so if you guys might remember, a few months ago, I bought some side marker LEDs for the Mustang. And one of the things with this is that I wanted a pair that had double lines because I just think double lines would look cool. It's a little more unique, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I looked everywhere. I looked all over the internet and I could not find any. And so then I was like, maybe I could make some, and then we all know how that went. And then the other day, I was just randomly scrolling through Amazon. Like, I wasn't even searching for anything. You guys won't believe what popped up. So out of nowhere, a pair of side marker LEDs with 2 LED strips in it was on my recommended on Amazon. And I just don't even know what to make of that. Like, I searched for hours trying to find this. So maybe it just wasn't even a thing back then, but maybe they heard my plea and they made it for me. So I went ahead and bought it. And we're just gonna install this real quick. Almost died. What the heck?
Yeah? You okay there?
Dude, it's not loosening.
How long is that screw?
Longer than I remember. I really hope that these work. They were like $30 on Amazon. And honestly, with my experience with lights, if something is cheap, it's usually not really worth buying because they tend to have problems, but I have faith. And what's interesting is that I was able to find ones with double lines for the second generation of the, oh Jesus, for the second version of the S197 ones, but then I just couldn't find it for this car. That will unplug from there. Good. Now this will plug into here. Okay, now before I do anything, I'm gonna make sure that this works. Did it come on? Oh, yes! Dude, that's exactly what I wanted. So worth it. Totally worth $30. Shut up. That nice little unpackaging reveal. Installing brand new lights on a disgusting car. And it's loose. Great. What the fuck? Well, that's most unfortunate. We're done. I'm thinking penguin duct tape. Oh, it's gonna work perfectly. God, people are gonna start unsubscribing, dude. This is...
If it works, it ain't stupid.
What the? Okay, we're on to something though. Maybe I could put some more over here. I can 100% put some more over here. I know you wouldn't do this on your car, but for my car, it means everything. Jesus. I mean, yeah, that's in. The tape is making it poke a little bit, but I think it's good. It's gonna work just fine. There we go. Shh, get your grimy little hands away from my car. Make sure you have proper bolt tightening form. Your forehead must go on the fender. Maybe I should have read the reviews first. I literally didn't.
No,
I just,
full send.
Yeah. This is my show. You come on my show and disrespect my authority?
Work it.
Fuck. Come on, boy. I got it in. It's loose as f. Okay, what the hell? I think I'm gonna come back to this with some 3M tape and fix that, but for now, it's the best I can do. Okay, so I had a slight change of heart and I decided to actually just go ahead and pop the grill back in. So these are the old fog lights, but I decided to just toss them on for a second just so I could see how the grill looks. And it's like, it's so black that you actually can't really see it. There we go. So this is looking pretty nice. So we're gonna go ahead and go wash up the cars real quick, get some shots for the gram with Jason. You brought your camera, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought, dude, my heart just sank. I was like, no, we're gonna have to use the Canon, bro. No.
Yes, I have my camera.
Obviously, it'll look a lot better when the new fog lights go in and everything, but I'm only one man. I can only do so much. Okay, boys, so jump ahead a little bit. We're up here at the top of the parking garage. We've got the man Jason doing his handiwork as usual. If you're not following him on Instagram, be sure you do, at Jason May Photos. He takes really awesome pictures. He also specializes in portraits, so if you need senior portraits and you're in the Oregon area, anywhere near, he can drive to you, you can drive to him, work something out, hit him up, make sure you do. He's an awesome photographer. So today we installed 2 mods on the Mustang, and I wanted to do more, but I'm just running out of daylight, so it's gonna have to wait for another video. But I've got these new side markers that have 2 strips, which I just absolutely love. That's so cool. That's exactly what I wanted before, and I just couldn't find them. Even if I had to kind of like jerry rig it a little bit, I think it's definitely worth it. I'll probably do something a little bit better, probably put a seal around the edge so that way it's watertight, and then also put some 3M double-sided tape just to make sure it doesn't come off of there. Anyway, I'm babbling. Moving on to the front. I'm really happy with how this grill came out. I definitely think it's worth it to just take your time if you're doing any sort of painting on a part like this, because I was kind of worried that the paint was gonna drip, so I just went really slow and carefully and just made sure that it didn't drip, and I just got consistent layers on there and just took my time with it and made sure that it dried completely before I moved on to the next part. In the next video, you guys will see the new fog lights get installed. I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna have some halo lenses, or halo LED rings rather, and so for a little while it'll be just the centers, but I also have halo fog lights for the headlights coming soon. So if you aren't already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be doing a lot of aesthetic stuff for now because I've kind of reached the point with the Mustang where I can't really do much more performance. Has a tune, cold air intake, full bolt-on exhaust. I could do long tube headers, but it has some problems that I need to fix. It needs an oil change, but I'm always working on my friends' cars too. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and dream big.